In this video, I'm going to take you through the gaming performance of the Gigabyte Radeon 7800 XT gaming OC card. I'm going to show you the performance through 6 different games. We're going to go through PUBG, Cyberpunk 2077, the First Descendants, Helldivers 2, Fortnite, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Without wasting any more time, let's get to it. Helldivers 2. Such a sweet game. Past 2 days has been a little insane with this game. I feel like the waves of monsters coming at you has been insane. More than usual, I think, or I feel. Maybe for the 4th. But of course still fun. But anyway, you could see the 7800, it's holding its own. We're at 2K. It's in the 60s, which last game I was playing, it was in the upper 70s, let's say mid 60s, upper 70s. Of course, going up and down. Oh, okay. Yeah, Behemoth. I know, bud. I know. Nice. I don't know what he used, but that was amazing. But anyway, the GPU is in the upper 60s and 70s temperature-wise. Performance upper or mid 60s, doing well. The CPU is a little bit hotter. I have been removing and putting the heatsink back, doing videos and everything, so I haven't repasted it. I just noticed it last video I did. Oh, look at that swarm. Time to leave. But in a second, I'll show you my configuration.
Allied destroyer has left the squadron.
I don't want to leave my guys behind. Alright. I'll follow you. You got a plan. But in a second, I will show you the settings. Alright, let me show you my settings real quick. I might die. That's okay. But Ultra, everything here. Display is at 2K. We're playing render scale of native after one of the viewers called me out on it that I didn't realize I was doing it, so I wasn't trying to fool anybody. But so we are playing at true 2K, and I'm completely out of ammo, so good time to die there. So one very important thing to mention, I am using the horsepower of the card as well to do all of the recording. So that does take a little bit of a toll on the card. Not a ton of a hit, but it does take a hit. Alright, so we got him. Sun's coming out, it seems. Oh, they left me again. I should really pay attention to my guys, where they're running off to. The game, the performance was amazing. We were getting anywhere between the 70s and the upper 60s. I will have to mention The performance did drop a little bit because I had been removing and replacing that heatsink without applying thermal paste, but that's a different story. Regardless, since we had updated the CPU and the GPU, the performance has gone up totally. So let's jump on to the next game. So in First Descendants, this is a brand new game, so it's a little new for us all. This game is a lot harder if you don't have help, and I had help. I don't know where they went. Oh, she's hiding. In a second, I'll show you my settings. So when you're playing with somebody, make sure you help them. A lot easier when you have some help. So, let me show you my settings real quick. So, we're at high, unlimited over here, and under display, we're at 2560 by 1440. I think I enabled ray tracing. I did now. And we're gonna see anywhere between 80 and 90 frames per second as well. Come on. I'm in the heat of a battle here. Alright, here we go. Alright, so ray tracing actually doesn't do bad in this game. Alright, so we got to see the performance on the First Descendants. Maybe one of your first looks at this game. You could see the temperatures were all great, between, let's say, 60 and 70 degrees. And the frame rate, even with ray tracing, was pretty awesome in this game. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so Fortnite. We are playing at 2K. Performance is amazing. As you can see, we're over 100 frames per second. Everything looks beautiful and plays beautiful too. And unfortunately, I just came from another round where the performance was amazing, the gameplay was great, everything was great, but I wasn't recording. So, but anyway, all's good. You guys get to see the performance now. Everything looks beautiful. Let's go ahead and show you what I'm working with. So we're playing at 2K 2560 by 1440 at DX12, VSync off. We have everything, we have it set to epic now. Let's go ahead and put that epic. And now we're, yeah, that's why I dropped it. So we were at epic, but performance wasn't the greatest, so I dropped it down to high. And then that's where we came into. And it's stuck at 60 hertz. Oh, no wonder. There we go. So 120. Epic hurts it. Let's try that again. Maybe it set it to... All right, Epic brings us into the 90s, the 70s, anywhere from the upper 70s to the 90s. So 2K in the 90s. I don't know, that seems beautiful to me. Something that should have been done a long time ago. This makes me so happy. That was fun. The enemy of my enemy is my friend until they become my enemy. All right, let's take a trip. Pretty epic match of Fortnite. Got in 12th place. Last one I got in 2nd place. So close. But anyway, we saw what the performance was at 2K, at Ultra, and Epic, and High. And the performance was great. We got in the upper 60s and lower 70s, even 80s. Actually, no, we got into the 120s. That's right. But the performance was amazing in the game. The temperature was low, though a little bit higher than I usually have because the inside of the house is a little bit hotter. It's at 68 degrees because it's 100 degrees out there. Really hot. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. All right, we're in Cyberpunk 2077, playing at 2K. I'll show you my settings in 1 second. This thing turns horribly. Let me just stop right down here, right next to the fight. All right, so before I go over there and start fighting, we are at 2K and we're at custom. We're at custom only because if you enable FSR and have Ultra like I did, now if we disable it, you can't tell you're at Ultra, but we're at Ultra right now. And you saw me set it just in case. Let me just help these guys out a little bit. And of course we get no loving from the cops because I just killed people. Let's get out of here real quick. So as soon as we get back into our senses a little bit, I'll show you just how beautiful this looks. Well, you can see all the reflections on the car. Again, we don't have FSR enabled, and it looks amazing. We're playing in the 90s, well, 80s, 90s for a second. And again, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what the performance is like at Ultra with FSR 2.1 with quality enabled. Actually, it didn't make me save anything, so that might be the same performance. That's interesting. Or the same setting, actually. So Yeah. So now if I were to come in here, if that's still too low for you, you can jump over to performance, and that's of course going to drop. All right, so it doesn't look as beautiful as it did before, and actually it doesn't play as well either. So I'm going to put that back to quality, which tells you it's good. And let's see what a little low ray tracing can do, although it still doesn't change anything here. Yeah, let's just put low. Well, I mean, still plays great. So 2K with a little ray tracing. Let's see what medium does. I shouldn't do these things live, but that's okay. Medium, that enables ray trace sun shadows. All right. So doing that, it dropped to 55, but it quickly shot back up. We're in the 70s. Order has been restored only because I drove far enough. But anyway, so yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 plays great on the 7800 XT at 2K. It's what it's meant for. And well, I mean, for those of you that can't do 2K, maybe you can only do 1080p. Since we updated the CPU on this machine, initial jitters, I guess. So we're in the 80s. Since now it's more GPU based or CPU based, sorry. But I wonder with that CPU based, maybe I can do ultra. In the 60s, ultra with ray tracing, not bad, but I think we can all agree that this played and looked so much better. Cyberpunk 2077, a little less action than the other games, but you saw how great the performance was. And we swapped a little bit also between resolutions and settings. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better idea of what you can expect on the 7800 XT. Let's move on to the next game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. You can see just how great the performance is. Now mind you, we just came into the game. So, and this is the match I don't like, but I'll show you my settings real quick. We are at 4K, Ultra preset, no upscaling, no dynamic, everything is straight 4K and straight performance. Temperature is great as well. I was able to get a good gun again. Wow. Beautiful.
The enemy only needs one more kill.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 at 4K, the performance was amazing, and I didn't have anything to enhance it or anything. FSR 3, anything along those lines, all of that was off. It played amazing at 4K, over 100 frames per second, and all of the temperatures were great. Let's jump over to the next game. All right, we are playing PUBG at 2K in 1 second. When I get in this house, I'll show you my settings. Just don't want to get shot. Get away from the window. All right, we are at 2K, unlimited here, advanced. We're everything ultra here. We're playing at DX12 and I disabled sharpen. I didn't like the way it looked with it on. I think the default anyway is off. All right, so got 2 of them. I got another one. That was beautiful. There's 2 of us left. Wow, I didn't even realize it. There he is. Ah. Last one left. So update. Between this video and the install video, I updated the chipset driver and the graphics driver. Now, saying update, it doesn't mean there aren't going to be issues. There can be at times. In this case, one of the issues that now happens with the Radeon experience is when I hit Alt-R in a game, it used to pop up the UI for the Radeon software, and I can change FSR, AFMF, and all that stuff, change any settings I wanted to. Now it seems a little bit more difficult. Sometimes it'll pop up, sometimes it won't. So I wasn't able to show you everything like I truly wanted, but we didn't need it. In every single game, I was going to show you FSR as well, but because the performance was awesome, I didn't need it. The only one that kind of hurt a little tiny bit, but it was still incredibly playable, was Helldivers 2. We were getting between 60 and 70. While it is 100% playable, I wanted to give you a little bit more. Regardless, you got to see it at 2560 by 1440 at Ultra, and it played well. The First Descendants, a brand new game, and usually the newer games have issues. Only issue we did have was logging into the server at times. I never experienced it, but I saw others had. The performance was over 100 frames per second at 2560 by 1440 at Ultra or High, whatever that setting was, and it played amazing. It was beautiful. It played smooth. I had 0 complaints about it. Again, a brand new game. I don't know how well optimized it is, but it ran great on the 7800 XT. Cyberpunk 2077, we were able to play with a little ray tracing, and that looked and performed great as well, so that's awesome there. Every single game really played great. So let me know what you think about the performance on the Gigabyte 7800 XT gaming OC card. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you wish there was something I would have shown that I didn't show? Do you feel like 6 games is enough? Aside from the not being able to show you AFMF and FSR, I think it went pretty well. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Iggy with ThisBytesForYou out. See you guys.